Well, Ulises, the Rays bounced back pretty quickly from a series loss against the Baltimore Orioles, easily handling the New York Yankees in game one of a 4-game set. 8-2. Love that.
Well, you can easily bounce back when you play a last place team or or not a real team. However, the Yankee fans were talking about that. Let's get started right now.
You are Locked On Rays, your daily Tampa Bay Rays podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, my name is Kevin Weiss.
I'm Ulises Sambrano.
And we are the host of the Locked On Rays podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Thank you for making us your very first listen every day. Be sure to check out and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Locked On Rays. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Locked On Rays and email us anytime, lockedonrays@gmail.com. I know that the other day we promised we'd have Evan Klosky on the show for a Friday episode, but bigger fish to fry for Mr. Klosky as he had to deal with a nail in a tire or something. Some lame excuse, but I'm sure we'll see him at some point next week.
No. We're saddened that Evan Klosky is not here with us. But the text messages that we were getting through yesterday were on fire. So
yeah.
I appreciate those.
I mean, I didn't see any visual evidence of a nail in a tire. I would like to see a nail in a tire with a copy of today's newspaper, yesterday's newspaper. I need that to be confirmed by Mr. Klosky, so that would be great. He somehow had the wherewithal to do the 11 p.m. news or 10 p.m. news or whatever.
Hey, but he's a grinder. We know that about Evan. I think if somebody sends us this clip, he is going to indeed send us a picture and be like, yeah, I heard it, and here you go. But dude, besides that, what a great, fantastic way to open up that Yankee series is just by shoving down 8 runs into the Yankee bullpen, which, by the way, I'm not going to honk my own horn.
No, you called it. I was actually going to open with that. You said on yesterday's program, the bullpen is not as scary as we've seen in previous years and iterations. And lo and behold, that was a prime example of that.
My name is Ulises, not Nostradamus, but I'll take Nostradamus for a little bit, at least for today. It just doesn't strike fear into me. It doesn't. There is no, Marinaccio's coming in. Ooh, it's scary. No, bro, yeah. It's fine. This Yankee team is in trouble. And that's why I understand the people that want to say, hey, look, it's May. There's no real urgency to win every series and to but the rivalry, it takes away from the rational part of me, because if this were again like the Baltimore Orioles, we lost that series and I didn't feel anything. I really didn't feel anything. Oh my gosh, no. If that were to happen against the Yankees, that would affect me more, even though they're a last place team. So the rivalry does take into account the fact that I want to stomp on their necks and I want them to be completely out of the AL East division crown contention on May 15th. Yeah. That's what I want. And I don't think it's a bad thing to want that as a Rays fan.
It's really enjoyable when the Rays number 8 hitter drives in 5 runs and has an OPS over 1,000. That's the type of offense that we're dealing with. And if we're keeping score at home, the Rays now have 30 wins. They're 30-9, 30 wins in 42 days. Historic what they are doing. But the guy that I mentioned and noted, the number 8 hitter in the lineup, Josh Lowe, who is quickly coming into his own as a well-rounded ball player, especially at the plate.
Man, he is fun. He is fun to watch, and we've mentioned this before about him in front of a mic. He enjoys the microphone. I think he's the new Kevin Kiermaier of the team, not only in good looks, but also in the way that he enjoys it. He's a ham. He is that kind of guy that thrives under the spotlight. I love that about it. Look, when you go to Yankee Stadium and you have a night like that,
that's basically a rookie. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I know that he exceeded the at bats, but yeah, he is essentially a rookie, and it's so fun to see him finally like bust out like he has this year. Like, dude, we're looking at a guy who possibly is a 2020 contender, and not to foreshadow our second segment here,
Well,
but
we could be looking at 3 or 4 guys that are 2020 guys this year in a
yeah,
Rays uniform. But I'm glad you brought that up about Josh Lowe, because that was one of my big question marks. Is okay, we know guys like Wander and Randy, they can handle Yankee Stadium and the environment that is. How's Luke Raley going to handle it? How's Josh
hmm
Lowe going to handle it? How's
hmm
some of these younger ball players going to handle it? And at least game 1 of 2023 at Yankee Stadium, Josh Lowe has proven and shown that he can handle it.
Yeah, no, and I think that's one of the things. It's kind of like Willie Adames not being able to hit at home. One of the other things that you should probably see about your players is, can you handle Fenway Park? Can you handle Yankee Stadium? Because you're going to be there a few times. Maybe not as much as you would have been in a balanced schedule like they had before this year, but still, it's important, man. These 4 games. That's why I'm saying, like, if you just, I know I said I would. People, I know what I said yesterday. Yes, I said a split would be a W. I get it. But once you win the first one, baby, like, can you give me
Right.
2 more? Can you really get 3 out of 4? Because then you would just basically drive a depression cloud over Yankee fandom. And is there anything better than doing that? The answer is a clear and resounding no.
Certainly. And another note on this game, Drew Rasmussen. Oh my goodness. We know that the Rays blew off 8 runs, but that outing by Mr. Drew, very efficient and wonderful. I mean, he's basically the Yankees' daddy. I think, 18, 19 consecutive scoreless innings against
Yeah.
the team. And he had everything working. I mean, let's put this in context. He's got 3 different types of fastballs that he can command and control. The sinker, the cutter, the four-seamer. You've got the sweeper that is making Aaron Judge look silly.
Oh,
I mean, he within like a span of, I don't know, 18 months. I mean, give me an exact timeline. He went from a 2-pitch reliever to now, a 6-pitch wonderkind. And he mixes his pitch. What, 76 pitches in 7 innings? So
that's
cool,
insane.
calm, collected, efficient. Love the delivery. He's going to be, again, I don't think he's ever going to have the recognition that Shane McClanahan or Tyler Glasnow and maybe some others are going to get. But before you know it, you might look back, 3, 5, 7 years from now and say, man, Drew might have been the most productive member of this pitching staff.
Yeah.
Up there.
I mean, again, what Shane McClanahan is doing ace type stuff. We've covered that this week. Drew Rasmussen, you know me. I've been a Drew Rasmussen, stan, as the young kids say on anti-social media. And the demeanor, man, that's the one thing. Like, the body language is so important on the mound. You see some guys that they seem like they're rattled, or I don't see that with Drew. I see hunger. I see, I'm going to attack you. I see, I don't care who you are. Was that 3 strikeouts that Judge had yesterday? I'm pretty sure it was 3. No, he was phenomenal yesterday. And like you mentioned, the efficiency with the pitch count. I mean, if this was not 2023, and if this wasn't the Rays, that guy gets a complete game yesterday. And I'm not beating the drum of like, oh, how dare they not do that. I'm just saying, like, that was a possibility yesterday. If they had wanted, if that's September, I'm pretty sure they leave him for the 8th at least. But no, he's been tremendous. I don't think, again, he gets as much recognition, like you said, not only around the league, but I think even Rays fans don't give Drew as much of praise as maybe he should be getting.
Certainly. All right, we have more to discuss, but first we have to tell you about something very important, and that is our new sponsor, Sorare. Sorare is a revolutionary fantasy baseball game and marketplace transforming fans into owners with officially licensed digital cards featuring players from across all 30 MLB teams. Unlike other fantasy baseball platforms, Sorare managers truly own their fantasy experience, collecting, buying, selling, and competing with player cards against global opponents to win epic rewards. Win or lose, you still own your cards, and there's no cost to play. Plus, the more you win, the more you advance, collecting increasingly powerful cards and accessing next level competitions and rewards. So head over to sorare.com/lockedon. That's spelled SORARE.com to draft your team of free player cards, set your lineup, and start competing today to win epic rewards. Again, that's sorare.com/lockedon to start playing today. All right. We promised listeners that we would have a mailbag question or two, and we were supposed to have that with Evan Klosky, but we'll have to do a mailbag episode with Evan at another point. But we did get a wonderful voice memo from Robin from all the way out in California. So let's see what Robin has to say.
Hey Locked On Rays, this is Robin from tiny Denair, California, an everydayer since November 2021. I have a question and a comment. Having seen just a strong outburst of power and speed from a handful of guys in the lineup, who do you think will lead the team in each category by the end of the year? Might we have a 20-20 or 30-30 contender in Randy, Lowe, or Wander? Secondly, just a quick note for everyone who sees the Rays start as a little fishy. The Yankees began 2022 with a start of 28-10 through 38 games, just one game under the Rays as of right now. This team is the real deal, even if we can get a little frustrated at times. We're a lucky fan base with the luxury of a consistently good team that some don't have now and some never really have had. Thanks, and Rays up.
All right, Ulises, thoughts on Robin's question?
Well, first of all, thank you, Robin, for sending that in. An everydayer since November 2021, man. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And we've never heard from Robin before. So you guys are out there. You everydayers, we know that you're out there. And so be like Robin and finally crack open that voice memo and send it to us. Okay, where do we want to go first? Because I think I want to tackle the record thing first.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I think that is a tremendous and very astute observation. When the Yankees got to such a hot start last year, their own social media team was like, on pace for 118 wins or 120 wins and all that. I'm glad the Rays social media team is not doing that. Like, that's for Yankee fandom to do. Just us, we take it one day at a time. It's awesome. We're happy. Be a little bit flappy. Be a little bit snobby and pedantic at times, sure, but don't go that Yankee way. So yeah, I nobody heard anything, any chirps about, oh, the Yankees are cheating or they're doing something suspicious. Nobody was ever saying that. Of course, those clowns over there in that radio station WFAN.
Yeah, which again, by the way, please, I am begging everyone, every Tampa Bay sports radio host, please stop engaging. Please stop making the response videos. Please stop trying to goad the fan to get involved in some sort of spat. It's lame. It's not necessary. Move on. Okay, they said something silly. We don't have to go crazy about it. It is what it is.
Exactly. No, I 100%
Sternberg's calling me, reminding me that we don't have to make a response video. Thanks, Stu.
Is that Stu? Hey, Stu? Hey, man. He's also tired of us talking about parking, just like other people in the YouTube comments are like, dude, Locked On parking. Jeez, stop talking about the parking.
Hey, you mentioned it today. I've not said anything about parking until you brought it up.
So. You're right. Okay, so Robin, yeah, that's what I think about the record. Very, very astute, man. Nobody ever heard anything weird about that. Now, you want to tackle the first question, which is very interesting.
Yes. So I would highly doubt that Randy, Josh Lowe and Wander would be 2020 in the same exact season, but it would not surprise me in the least if during the course of their career, each of them has one or more 2020 seasons to their name. And let's remember this. The Rays do not have a long list of 2020 players.
No, they don't.
I think it's Randy,
Yes.
BJ Upton, and Tommy Pham, correct?
I believe that's true. We're not missing one. Tell me we're not missing one.
Well, Ben Zobrist got very close one year. He was like a 2019 guy. Carl Crawford never eclipsed 20 homers, so he was like a 1850 guy. And I don't think you had multiple players have 2020 seasons in the same year. But that could happen. Right. That could change. You could have, for example, Randy and Wander or Josh Lowe and Wander go 2020 in the same year.
Look, if you want the who's who of candidates to do this, yeah, it would be Randy because he's done it. He's done it before twice. Wander Franco and Josh Lowe, 100%. Now, Randy right now only has 3 stolen bags to 4 caught stealings, so that's a little bit worrying. But he already has 9 bombs, so if he improves the base stealing, then yeah, maybe. But maybe also the Rays give him a little bit of the maybe we stop going because you've gotten caught more than you've stolen, and that's just not good news. So yeah, he's a candidate just because he's done it before. Number 2, Wander Franco. He already has 12 stolen bags and 7 home runs. If the neck thing is apparently nothing, which apparently that's what they said, that he could play on Friday, and he doesn't get hurt, which you know what? Stop it. I'm just not going to say if he doesn't get hurt because that's just a stupid thing to say. Of course, if he doesn't get hurt. Yeah, duh. Like, I think that's such a moronic thing to say with players like, oh, if health withstanding. Yeah, no, duh. If health, but so taking that away, yes, I think Wander Franco can definitely do that because he's already more than halfway done with the stolen bags and 7 home runs, man. So yeah, Wander Franco's definitely, and then you're right. Number 3, Josh Lowe, 8 bombs, 6 stolen bags. That would be, I think, the coolest thing for Josh Lowe because of such a up and down season last year. I said, and I think you remember, one of our prop bets, I said he was going to have an OPS greater than 770. He most definitely did not have that. I guess I was a year off because he is, having a tremendous season. Hopefully he can do. And I think, Robin, that would be the coolest thing to see because Wander, that he's going to do it. Randy has done it before. Josh Lowe being in that category would just be chef's kiss.
Interestingly, Josh Lowe has probably just based on Baseball Savant, the best combination of power and speed compared to Randy and Wander. Josh Lowe is 91st percentile in exit velo, 88th percentile in sprint speed compared to Randy, 95th versus 68th. Wander 75th versus 67th. I think Wander, he's getting on base more than anybody, and he's showing that when he's on first, he's trying to get to second by any means necessary. And I think his base running instincts are on another level, at another par, just based on even when he doesn't go, he just wants to force a throw from the catcher or the outfield or whatever it may be, just testing things out. Like, he's so instinctual in that end of things. So, if I've been saying it for a couple weeks now that Wander's going to be a 2020 player. As far as, and I, based off of right now, I think he's going to lead the group in stolen bases. I believe Randy will lead the team in home runs this year, not just because he's at 9 right now, but I'm maybe most comfortable and confident in him being able to post 140, 150 games. Josh Lowe, we got to see it over the course of a full season. We got to see how days of August. And the other thing with Randy, in addition to having more understanding of scouting reports and paying attention to all of that, which we know about, but he's actually displayed power to all fields. Like, he's taking sliders away and hitting them oppo, and they're not even close. They're moon shots. Whereas Josh Lowe at this point, Yeah, he's got a ton of power, but it's really pull power. So I think eventually you might have some teams and pitching staffs adjust away from that and figure out, hey, can he hit a home run oppo? Because we've not really seen that as of yet.
It's kind of like the Isaac Paredes of the other side. Yeah, mad power, but it's all pull. Can you kind of develop that other side of your game and go the other way? So yeah, good observation there with Josh Lowe. I do agree with you in the home run tally, just because of the posting and the way that he does play a lot of games, and he's always at the top of the lineup. Randy Rosarena probably will get the home run crown there. This was a really good question. Thank you, Robin.
More of them. Yeah, we need more questions. Robin, don't be a stranger. And again, don't be a stranger with the voice memos, anyone. Please send them to us. 60 seconds or less, lockedonrays@gmail.com, and we will eventually get around to it. So
BT Dubs, just before you're talking about Wander speed and the stolen bag component, I just want you Rays fans to enjoy this. Enjoy the fact that he is mobile and he can do all of those crazy sprints, because there's going to come a time. We've watched enough baseball. It's going to be a 29, 30 where you're going to be like, oh, remember when Wander stole 50 bags that one year? Oh, he only steals 7 now. Like, that's going to happen. So enjoy that. Enjoy this dynamic type of Wander, because I think if I were a betting man, I would think that he's going to be more of a pop guy ultimately when he's getting a little bit up in age, 30, 31. I would think he's going to be more of a power hitter. Not that he's going to lose contact or anything, but by that I mean, but he's not going to be a speed power combo as powerful as he is. But you know what? If you want to see that speed and power combination, there is something that you could do that would make it so less stressful. Okay. And that would be to use Game Time to get your tickets to go see Wander. Okay. Buying tickets does not have to be stressful. Game Time makes it very easy to buy your tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater near you. Okay. You can get images of your seat before you buy them, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. You can buy tickets in a matter of seconds. It's 2 taps and you're all set. Tickets are sent directly to your phone, so you never have to dig through your email. So you can snag the tickets without the stress using Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDONMLB, and you get $20 off. Some would say that's as much as parking. Okay, $20 off. So download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that point up about there will be a day where Wander won't be running and gunning and stealing bags at will. I remember vividly a guy like Hanley Ramirez, who there was a day where he was 30-30 guy. He could hit 25 homers and steal 50 bags. And by the time he got to 28, 29, that just wasn't happening anymore. So enjoy the next couple of years, because there will be a shift and a change from that eventually at some point. So, all right, it being a Friday episode, let's get to baseball trivia and name that war. Ulises, my question for you in terms of baseball trivia: the Rays are playing the Yankees, so I have a Yankee-themed trivia question. In front of me is a list of 12 individuals, 12 pitchers who have accumulated at least 1,000 strikeouts in a Yankees uniform. I want you to name 5 of those 12 individuals.
Okay. Let me do some quick math. Garrett Cole was assigned in 29 after the 2019 season, so he probably had like 50 innings worth of work in 2020, which meant that he probably had like around like 65 strikeouts. Then 2021, he probably had like around 200. That's two now, so he definitely does not fit the bill. Okay, cool. Roger Clemens.
Roger Clemens is a good guess, and that would be correct. He's actually number 12 on this list.
Whew.
With 1,014. And I'll give you a little other hint here. The guy who just missed the cut, I'm helping you out as much as I can. Number 13 with 991 Ks, Masahiro Tanaka.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, here we go. CC Sabathia.
CC Sabathia is number 4 on this list with 1,700 Ks.
I know people say he's a Hall of Famer, and I think it's my anti-Yankee bias, but I just don't see it, man.
He was a better drinker than pitcher.
Ooh, hot take. Oh, dude. Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
Let's walk away from that.
Okay. 62.3 career WAR for CC Sabathia.
I mean, like people say, oh, first ballot. You only say that because he's a Yankee. That's all. Like if you hadn't been a Yankee, you'd be like, yeah, I think he's like Mark Burley. Okay, maybe not, but you get my point, people.
No, I understand. The pinstripes do add a level of mystique.
After Jeter. Okay. Andy Pettitte.
Andy Pettitte, number 1 on this list with 2,020.
1,000.
Better steroid user than pitcher.
Kevin just going ham.
You can say that for Clemens as well, probably. Most likely.
Okay. Okay. I'm going off the wall here. El Duque Hernandez.
Incorrect. Strike 1.
Bleep. Okay. Let's go with. No, AJ Burnett was not definitely there long enough for that. Let's see here. Tanaka was like the Yankees pitchers from the 90s. Ooh, David Cone.
Very good guess, but incorrect. Strike 2.
What? I have only Pettitte, Clemens, and Sabathia? 3?
Yes.
Okay. Goose Gossage?
Strike 3.
No!
You're out of there.
No!
You struck out like Adam Dunn. Okay. Andy Pettitte, number 1. Whitey Ford, number 2. Ron Guidry, number 3. Sabathia, 4. Red Ruffing, 5. Lefty Gomez, 6. Orioles great Mike Messina, number 7. Number 8, Mel Stottlemyre. Number 9, I've never heard of this person, but somehow he's on the list, Mariano Rivera. Number 10, Bob Shockey. Number 11, Al Downing. And number 12, Roger Clemens.
That was the Mariano Rivera was my
stinger.
I felt that one in my plums.
Yeah.
That's it's a kick in the plums.
I mean, there's not many relievers on that list, but pretty much any pitching list should have Mariano Rivera on there.
I was thinking starters. That was the issue.
Well,
Damn.
yeah. I mean,
Damn. No, like you know when you get that kick in the plums and there's like an abdominal pain. Every guy knows this.
Yeah.
It's that's what I have right now for not thinking about Mariano Rivera. I just
never forget Mariano Rivera. He should be. Anytime there's a pitching related trivia question, please include.
Not starters, Ulises, not starters. Okay, well, Yankee theme kind of episode. The Rays are stomping on the Yankees next. So I want you to play Name That War with me. If you've never played Name That War with us, this is where we take a player from the past and we try to go into our baseball archives in our minds and guess that player's career WAR according to Baseball Reference. And that player for today is not a Savage in the box, but a guy who says Savages in the box, Mr. Aaron Boone. What is Aaron Boone's career WAR according to Baseball Reference?
Cincinnati Reds great Aaron Boone.
Yes.
Third baseman, correct?
Correct.
He probably made 1, maybe 2 All-Star games. Played probably a decade in the league. He also might not be the manager of the team after this season. I'm going to say he seemed very average, slightly above average for his career. I'm pretty sure there was a year though where he hit 30 home runs. Regardless, I don't think he probably hit more than 150, 175 dingers. Probably had a career average of around 270. Add that all up, and I'll give him a 18 career WAR.
Aaron Boone with a slash line of, you were very close, 263, 326, 425. That's a 751 OPS. For you folks that love OPS plus, that's 94. He had 126 dingers one season. He was close to 30 at 26 in 2002, and then he had 24 in 2003, which was his only All-Star appearance. And his career WAR is 13.6.
Okay, so I was kind of in the ballpark. Generally,
you gave him a little savage bump. You gave him that savage bump.
That's true. Or I gave him the Cincinnati Reds bump because I did watch his games growing up in the area. So interesting there. All right, so there it is. Hope you all enjoyed this episode plus Friday Trivia and Name That War. We want you to play along at home. That's kind of the whole purpose of us doing this as well. In the meantime, hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and we will talk to you next week.